Hey guys, what's up? Phantom Bane here, also known as Disgusting Fucking Animal. And the other day I was just walking around, just having a nice stroll around the streets of North Korea, when I happened to find the most wonderful ROM hack in the entire fucking universe. Like, I honestly think that at this point in time, I can actually die happy knowing that I got to play this thing. This is a ROM hack. No, you guys. It wasn't a ROM hack. It was the ROM hack. Like, it's the godfather of ROM hacks. Like, I literally feel like Marlon Brando could come back from the grave and say, wow, this is a pretty good fucking ROM hack. Now give me some spaghetti, you fuck. Anyways, guys, the hack is called Super Mario NuStar, and it's just the greatest thing in the world. Like, I don't even know. Let's just fucking go, dude. Play that shit. Okay, right off the bat, I have to say the levels are pretty good, but what the fuck is this frame rate? I mean, this is literally like if somebody pulled Stephen Hawking out of his wheelchair and screamed, "Fucking run!" right in his face. I mean, like, Jesus Christ. This is the fucking worst video game in the history of fucking Mario. But wait guys, it gets even better, because in one of my favorite levels in the entire game, just fucking look what happens. This right here is the culmination of every single thing that could possibly be wrong with the world. I mean, this is like if Todd Howard, an actual fucking Hitler, went into a grocery store, bought a shitload of cucumbers, and then started running around and actually fucking people with the cucumbers. I mean, that's honestly the most accurate visual analogy I can think of. Like, who the fuck even makes this shit? Is this real or is this a fucking joke? Yes, it's a joke. Super Mario NuStar is a hack by Sanji02/Midoji. I'm probably pronouncing both of those wrong, but I must say, having started to crawl back into the world of ROM hack after a month-ish of not doing anything with ROM hacks, this was very refreshing. Now, this is not a new hack, mind you. It's been around for a while, but it still holds its own pretty well. And that's the great thing about the Mario 64 engine. It's got bugs and shit, but it's entirely playable by anyone. If you play a modern shooter and go back to GoldenEye, you'd probably curse your entire existence. But if you play a modern platformer like Hat in Time and go back to Mario 64, it's not that big of a deal. It can easily be done. This is a fully fledged hack complete with 15 new levels and some well-hidden secret levels. Some of them may be too well hidden. The game has a surprisingly rich variety of levels. A lot of ROM hacks I've found suffer from a certain degree of genericism, in that their levels are a bit unimaginative, like a simple grassy field or something like that. In NuStar, that's mostly not a problem. It is a little monochromatic in spots, but most hacks are. But to tell you the truth, there's a lot of variety. The block level is easy on the eyes, and for some reason I find comfort in the enclosed space. I don't know what it is, but it's probably an Asperger's thing. How does that work? I don't know. I'm not a fucking Aspergiologist. I'm also a big fan of the gigantic living room level near the end, despite the fact that the floor is quicksand, which is probably the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like when you're a kid and you're playing with your friends and they're like, the floor is lava, dick fuck, and then they change the rules when he touches the floor. Every elementary school has kids like this, and all of them grow up to be creepy, drug-addicted weirdos who spend their free time picking fights with manhole covers. There's also this mansion with a graveyard out front, with the graves of all of Mario's deceased enemies, like Goomba, Koopa, and Mario Crash. Yeah, I guess that was for the Halloween hack he made. Well, son of a bitch, Mario. I thought that hack was pretty hard, but I wasn't about to kill the dude over it, Jesus. The music is great too. It comes from a wide variety of games. They even busted out the fucking GoldenEye music. But while I'm talking about music, I just want to point out something that I noticed. This is actually a wider issue that I've noticed with a lot of ROM hacks and not just this one. Ever play a ROM hack and the music is just way too loud, making it almost impossible to hear the rest of the game's sound effects? Yeah. Since this happens with a lot of ROM hacks, I assume it's just some sort of issue with the editing tools, so I can't really hold it against the individual creators. Still, not all ROM hacks have this issue, so maybe it's something to look into. Another big issue I've noticed with a lot of ROM hacks is the camera. Now naturally, Mario 64's camera is not great to begin with. The key difference is that the original game seems much more aware of this, in that it typically uses wide open spaces that don't aggravate the issue any further. A lot of ROM hacks I found, including this one, will have areas with extremely tight enclosures that make the camera just fucking die. These level designs aren't inherently bad, mind you, but I think until you can figure out how to rectify the issues that are inherent to the game's engine, you may want to design your levels with these shortcomings in mind so as to not launch these problems to the forefront. Most levels in this hack are pretty okay about this, but it's this part in particular that got me the most. There's a couple more like that, but it's mostly alright. This is just more of a general thing. I would say that this game's difficulty is inconsistent, but that's a bit of a dumb observation. I mean, every single game has hard bits that come out of nowhere, so in that respect, the game is actually pretty normal. Like Mario Sunshine, the game is reasonably challenging until you get to the fucking pachinko machine. Like, it's the sound of me fucking dying because of the fucking pachinko machine. Although I will say some of the shit in this hack is crazy. This level is possibly the most frustrating one. Like, I don't even know what the fuck you do with this. I gotta say, I really hate this winter level too. I'd say this game is probably a couple notches below the Star Revenge series. Not the hardest hack in the world, but you better stay on your toes because it could get really fucky real quickly. Damn it. A lot of the most difficult parts of this game are the way they are because of things like camera. But it's not all bad. Look what happens to this asshole. Also, I just want to say I really like this Sonic level. I don't know why. I'm not even a big Sonic fan. It just looks nice. Super Mario NuStar is as good a ROM hack as any. It's got a nice variety of levels and difficulty. It's patchy in spots like most ROM hacks, but it's definitely worth your time. That's about all I have to say about that. I'm sorry if you were expecting a longer, more meaty video, but I must admit I am a little bit under the weather currently, but I should be back up and running in time for Christmas. But while I have your attention, I just want you guys to know that the best way to get me to notice ROM hack requests is through Twitter, since I check that way more often. You can also take part in the democratic process. About a month ago, you guys voted to stop me from playing Mario World in HD with a smoothing filter, and as such, I will definitely consider not doing that in the future, maybe. I put my Twitter at the end of all my videos, as you might already know. I keep forgetting to link it in the description, but I'll start doing that too. Maybe.